what this does is that it gives fighters like because everybody know Tank got power.
Yeah.
Now they're like, okay, I want to fight him. Shakur's like, okay, let's make this fight happen.
He's the guy that everybody been talking about for a long time. So
he has
I can't wait.
Knockout power. It's going to be his power versus your skill.
Two of boxing's biggest names. One fight the whole sport is demanding. And according to Shannon Sharpe, there's a reason it still hasn't happened. And it isn't the one fans think.
It is though. I want that fight just because of the names, but the truth is, I don't think Tank has a shot against Shakur.
Not even a shot. That's the thing. Once upon a time, especially since
he always was like that when he became the Tank.
And when Shakur now fought at 140, he looks like too big, too much for him.
But I will say, I think a fight with Tank versus Shakur is closer now to reality than ever before.
Right.
Everyone's on the same side of the street. You got PBC fights on the zone.
That paper there.
That $30 million never came through for Tank. You brought it up.
$30 million.
Shakur's worth more money.
Max Kellerman has consistently emphasized the difference between holding a belt and actually defeating the best fighter in a division. He insists Tank has never fully established himself as the unquestioned boss of a weight class.
Held belts, but he's never been a champion, is that those belts you consider legitimate championships, and I do not, for good reason. Which I won't get into here, but you can, we'll do it another time. He's never beaten the man in the division, Tank. He's never proven that he's actually the boss of the division, the champion of the division, except economically, because he has a big following, right?
He does.
But he has you'd never look at a single division and say, Tank Davis is the champion of that division. He's been the champion of a sanctioning body, which is not nothing, but it means that you've done something. You're probably a top 10 fighter in that weight class, probably, usually, almost always. But doesn't mean you've been the champ. At a certain point, it would be a shame if a dude as talented as Tank never even tests himself to see if he could actually be.
Offering a different angle on that same doubt, Calvin Ford, Gervonta Davis's former trainer, has watched Shakur Stevenson develop throughout his career. He argues Shakur hasn't yet faced the kind of opponent capable of revealing his true ceiling.
To me, Shakur was always better, you know what I'm saying? But again, it's nobody that he's been in front of that really put him through that yet.
Testing me.
Right, so, when I look at certain fights, it's not a threat, you know what I'm saying, but Shakur is Shakur. He's always been Shakur since he was a kid, but again, I haven't seen anything that make me go, oh my.
Firing back at that exact suggestion, Shakur Stevenson, who has repeatedly been linked to the elite names of his generation, including Gervonta Davis, openly criticizes Tank's behavior while insisting any real issue should be settled inside the ring.
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I don't really like talking about him.
Yeah.
Cause the way that he move is goofy to me. It's some weird shit. So I really don't like speaking on him, but if same thing that
fighting perspective.
Same thing that I said with T.O. If anybody got issues with me or feel some type of way about me, you could come see me on fight night and resolve every issue that you got. Yeah. I stand by that with anybody.
Doubling down on that same challenge, Shakur, who has built his reputation by challenging top-level competition rather than avoiding dangerous opponents, demands that anyone with a genuine problem step forward and make the fight official.
Got you, but like I said, if any fighter have an issue with me, because I feel like T.O. was jealous of me. I told him this several times. Any fighter have any issue with me,
let's do it.
Sign the contract, turn the lights on bright, let millions come around the seats to see what's happening, and pull up on.
Shifting the conversation toward why this fight keeps getting delayed, Shotty McCoy explains that Shakur Stevenson remains one of the serious alternatives being considered. The delay changes the entire matchmaking picture around Tank and the division's biggest names, turning what should be a straightforward fight into another obstacle standing in the way.
He's not going to be ready until Q1 of 2027 for any fight. So Gervonta Davis is not going to fight in 2026. It sounds like Bill's still very highly interested in that fight for next year. In the meantime, he said Devin has to fight, obviously. Hasn't had a fight yet in 2026. They're still looking at Shakur Stevenson and Keyshawn Davis. They prefer the Shakur fight, but if not, they will pursue that Keyshawn Davis title.
Breaking down the stylistic problem Shakur actually poses, Terrence Crawford, who has repeatedly evaluated elite fighters from the perspective of someone who has competed at the highest level, insists that Shakur presents a completely different problem for Tank. That contrast could neutralize the weapons Davis normally relies on. And Crawford points out that fighters who thrive on aggression often struggle most against someone built to avoid exactly that kind of engagement.
Like boxing, he's one of the ones.
Yeah.
We're gonna take his personality and personal things out of it. But boxing, he's definitely talented.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he's definitely got that it. And yeah, he's definitely respected in boxing. But Shakur is a different fighter. You know, Shakur is different. You know, people may call him boring. People may say he can't punch. But they say the same thing about Floyd. Because they defensive fighters.
Yeah.
Tank is not going to be able to hit Shakur like he hit everybody else. And he know that. He knows that. That's why he's like, he's boring. He's this, he's that. He's trying to diminish everything that Shakur have done, so it's not marketable. But he can't do that because Shakur is what, three-way.
Turning that same analysis back onto Tank's own dangerous unpredictability, Crawford, who has watched Gervonta Davis repeatedly turn dangerous moments into opportunities with his timing and power, warns that Tank can look vulnerable before suddenly flipping the entire fight. Giving Davis repeated chances could eventually become the biggest mistake an opponent makes.
Tank, in my eyes, Tank is always losing until he's not.
Yeah, a lot of times, yeah.
If you watch those fights.
Well, at least in the early rounds. Middle rounds, he start coming up, but I see what you're saying. Them early rounds, yeah.
Let Keyshawn start hitting them like everybody else hitting them. Let him start hitting them with everybody else, like everybody else hitting them.
Yeah.
Man, he gonna clean them.
Returning to the tactical picture with a sharper technical read, Calvin insists the absence of major punching danger could change how the fight unfolds, framing this less as a technical chess match and more as a question of who can take the bigger risks once the opening appears. Interview.
It's hard to say. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't even say that because Devin Price says no threat. It's no threat. It's not like he's going against a puncher. You know what I'm saying? So Devin might take a chance. So it's based on, like I said, it's going to be a good boxing match. Who throw the best shots that night? You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nobody get knocked out that night. You know what I'm saying? But again, we have to wait and see.
Bringing decades of elite experience to the movement question, Roy Jones Jr., who has spent his career mastering distance, movement, and timing against elite opposition, insists that Tank would have to take major risks to overcome Shakur's movement. A cautious approach could allow Stevenson to control the fight from range, turning this into a battle against a style specifically designed to frustrate him.
As far as I'm concerned, it's like, I think Tank will have to give up a lot to beat Shakur because Shakur gonna keep them feet on it. And you gotta gamble against them feet. You can't just go there and box and think you're gonna beat him. As Teofimo found out, you gotta gamble with them feet because you don't gamble with them feet, he's gonna beat you all night. He's comfortable being on that back leg and being smart about it. He's comfortable tattooing you all night long.
Raising the one lingering question that still follows Shakur, Roy Jones Jr. points out that nobody has truly landed a devastating punch on Stevenson from the same class of power as Ryan Garcia or Orlando Romero. That leaves a major unanswered mystery surrounding how Shakur would respond to genuine elite power, one that critics keep bringing up precisely because it's never been tested.
Well, skill-wise, he's in the mix of being better than just as good as all of them because he's sparred with all of them, so he's just as good as they are. He not most vulnerable. They may think that because of his chin, well, we ain't really seen Shakur get hit with no big punch on the chin flush. We ain't seen a Ryan-type puncher hit Shakur. We ain't seen a Rolly-type puncher.
We haven't seen a Raleigh-type puncher hit Shakur, shifting the entire conversation toward a completely different rivalry. Bill Haney, who has watched Haney build toward the sport's biggest stages, while Shakur Stevenson has pursued his own championship ambitions, argues that their shared pursuit makes a showdown increasingly meaningful. The winner could gain a major statement in the race for greatness, offering Devin a real chance to prove he belongs among boxing's best.
You know what I mean? And that's never changed. You know what I mean? Of course, outside the ring, right? we see Core, we dap him up, you know what I'm saying, and all the stuff. You know, no, of course, it's all business, and both of the guys quest to the Mount Rushmore of boxing because they both have a path to get there. It's not like Shakur is not going and trying to be the best, one of the best ever. Devin is trying to be one of the.
Shifting away from Devin's camp toward Tank's side of the standoff, Jay Prince argues that the pressure has shifted onto the other side because his position is already secured. His double-barreled shotgun warning suggests that avoiding one route could simply force another confrontation.
That's an easier fight than Lomachenko.
I don't know about that.
Well, because you don't know where all the tools in the Home Depot warehouse is that we have. It's a whole lot of tools. Now, you know a few of them. It's a whole lot of in there, dog. And because I don't want to give away too much, right? I don't want to give away too much because it could be a possible fight next. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really want to say how.
Bringing a trainer's perspective into that same debate, Bruce Carrington, who has experienced the preparation demands behind high-level boxing and knows how heavily strategy can influence a fighter's performance, insists that success depends equally on the fighter executing and the trainer preparing the right approach. When that connection breaks down, even exceptional talent can struggle to produce answers.
I feel like we're in a great position. You know what I mean? That question might have to be asked to the Haney. You know what I mean? I got two double-barrel shotguns. You know what I mean? On both ends, and I got them blocked in, so they got to see me one way or the other.
Weighing in with his own read on who holds the edge, Bruce credits Shakur's defensive awareness with giving him the slightest advantage, while acknowledging the stylistic similarities make the outcome exceptionally difficult to call, since one small tactical edge could end up deciding everything.
A lot of it falls on the trainer role, you know. I gotta say it's like 50-50 because at the end of the day, the fighter has to follow what the trainer says or what they work on, and you know, even the fighter also has to take it, you know, accountability of what they need to do and what they need to accomplish in training camp. But yeah, man, it's like a lot of it has to do. It's 50-50.
Is there anything he could have done? I mean, I don't think to win, but could he have done anything to make it more competitive?
Fight more on the back foot, have Shakur come to him. I mean, Shakur was coming to him, but
right.
Fight more on the back foot, draw some setups with feints and counters, and throw when Shakur is throwing. That's literally the only few windows that Shakur is going to give you to him.
Making the boldest claim of the entire breakdown, Paulie Malignaggi, a former world champion and experienced boxing analyst who has repeatedly evaluated the elite names of the current generation, insists Stevenson is the best fighter in the sport. That assessment puts enormous expectations on Shakur to prove his superiority against the division's biggest names, treating every future matchup as a chance to validate that status.
Tough fight. I like both of those styles together, but I do think that Shakur is just more defensively aware, sound and aware. It's possible that Shakur may win that fight. I feel like he's a problem for a lot of guys because of his style. But Devin and both of those styles together, that's a great mashup. And I don't know, that's actually a really good fight. I genuinely don't know.
Shifting the focus toward what a Haney-Stevenson fight would actually look like, Greg Hackett, who has watched both elite technicians develop their movement and timing throughout their careers, predicts a back-and-forth battle filled with angles, rapid adjustments, and clever positioning. Their technical similarities could turn every exchange into a miniature contest of skill.